Alright folks, from Albuquerque, welcome to Holiday Bowl for the title matches of today's JBT tournament. Looking at rookie on tour, 12-year-old Zach Harvey, looking for his first career JBT title. Going up against top seed Sophie Diaz. Sophie has dominated this event, but Zach's been looking good in the stepladder. So this is the fifth frame for him. He's working on a strike there. He's also getting 34 pins a handicap, so Sophie's going to have to throw a big game here to take the title away from Zach. Over in the scratch division, Willaim Entsminger and Carper going at it. Willaim looking for back-to-back titles on the season. Right now here's Harvey cross lane at the 6-pin. Good form, good conversion, yeah. Little cranker dude there, having no trouble at the 6-pin. Zach entered at a 119 average and qualified third today at plus 18, so that's some indication of just how difficult the lane conditions were today. Very, very hard pattern. Talk about more in a second. And here's the lady who dominated, Miss Sophie. Light that time, lucky to avoid the washout. So she's working on a spare and has 3 spares and an open so far, so she's only leading by 4 on the scoreboard, and again, it's got to make up 34. So she's going to have a better second half of the game here. And we'll start with converting, hopefully for her sake. It's 1-2-8 cluster here in the 5th. One of my favorite name shirts, by the way, the old Diaz in Disney writing. Love that. At the 1-2-8s, not a problem for her. Sophie led all 8 games today, like we were talking about, qualified first at plus 39. Pulled on the 2010 Bowler's Journal tournament pattern, and it played tough. Strikes were really hard to come by, and spares are what you needed to stay competitive. Sophie did it better than anybody. She got as high as plus 84 after game 5. Dropped back down to 39, but retained the lead. One win away from career title number 4, and that one's way left. That wasn't even Brooklyn, Michelle. That was the Hamptons.
Something like that.
Nantucket Island or something there. That was far off. Two-edged sword of being a top seed in stepladder finals. A, you only got to win 1 game, but B, you got to wait over an hour to play that game. That can wreak havoc on you mentally and physically. But she had taquitos, so all should be well. I don't really see the problem. Much tougher cluster than last time. Yeah, and that's the problem with that. 2 double woods there. 6-3 puts her in a whopping hole.
Pull it back, Sophie. Come on.
Zach said he's won a couple other local tournaments, but this obviously his first JBT performance. He's had an interesting stepladder. I'll tell you more about it in just a second. Still learning the zoom function on this new camera. Yeah, wow.
It's about time to get today's generation, my gorgeous.
Shoosh, no bad karma for your stepladder, please. Real good shot for Zach there. Leaves a solid 10-pin. I don't know. The peanut gallery is on fire today. Good form on the 6. Let's see how he goes about the 10. Whoops, gonna miss that one left. That's all right.
It's okay, Zach.
Entered today at 119, bowled as high as 156 in his very last game to vault from minus 10 to plus 18. He won his first stepladder match over none other than Brad Harvey. Note the resemblance, twin brothers. That one must have been a heck of a way to debut in the stepladder. And this one's way left as well. The 1-3-6.
Run that down.
Got by his brother 211 to 185 in round 2, then passed Brittany Libby 205 to 176 in the semis to set up the title match here. His brother Brad opened the stepladder with a 193-176 win over Joseph Trujillo, so that's previous matches here in the stepladder. Took minus 64 to make the cut today. That's real low for handicap. Shot making, shot making, shot making. Zach bowls in a sport league up at 10 pins. That's going to help him in situations like this not to be so intimidated by the difficult pattern. A little slow on that ball, and it hooks right by it. And open can potentially breathe new life into Diaz here. Meanwhile, Carper's starting with a 3-bagger there to put a bit early big lead on Entsminger. Well, Sophie has won lots of titles. 3 wins in the handicap division is very difficult to do. Not many bowlers have ever done that, but she's had a chance at a lot more than that. Here's a big opportunity for her here. Ah, good shot, 10-pin for her. Late last season, she dominated a tournament up at Big Rock, only to lose the title match to Joe Balistreri. Here, if she can convert it, she'll get up by 14 pins, again making up 34, so she'll start to carve into that lead. Somebody is really excited about pizza. I get that excited about pizza sometimes too, so I understand.
That'll take to make you excited.
What I wouldn't do for a taste of blown up pizza, Westfield, New Jersey. Oh my God, don't even start me. Good fundamentals from Sophie, cross lane at the 10, right at it. Nice job. Sophie entered today at 157. She'll be the only bowler whose average is going up today in handicap, just about. Sort of the silver, the gray lining to the happy cloud there. Win a tournament, your average goes up. Do badly, well, yeah, you did badly, but your handicap goes up. So there's always a silver lining with this. Big shot here for Sophie. Every shot's big going down the stretch. 8th frame. Going left again. All right, not too bad a result. The hand, well, one hand goes up. My hand, there's another. Hands up, people. What's wrong with you?
There you go, son.
Sophie is what, 15, 16? Also?
Do it, Zach. Come on, baby.
Sophie's roughly 15 years old, and she already owes me like a keg over the years of 5 pins. No drinks this time. There you go, right in the face. Sophie's like, what's the problem? All right, Zach Harvey here, right in this match. 8th frame, he's working on an open. Right now, again, it's Diaz who leads by 14, but giving 34. So, anybody's game. Who wants it the most in the 8th, 9th, and 10th? That's got a hook. That's not gonna hook. See why the shot was so hard today. Lanes are kind of flat in the middle, so if you miss left, it goes left. There's an out of bounds on the outside, so if you miss right, it also goes right. That's what makes lane conditions difficult. That's what we have out here today. That ball started right, had no chance to hook back to the pocket. But he's not an open, so no loss of count here. See what he's got at the spare.
Looks good.
Just a hair past it there. So he's got 100 through 8. And now the lead for Diaz on the scoreboard increases to 25. So this has all the makings of coming right down to the bitter end here. Carper, meanwhile, here is on 4 in a row. Let's see if he can open up a 5-bagger. That might be bad news. I'll tell you why in a minute.
All right.
Michelle, believe it or not, it's almost good he didn't strike there because Ryan Shearer started with 5 in a row against Willaim yesterday and lost. So, whoop, way left again.
Slow down, Zach. Slow down.
Either Zach or the parents on either side of me might be getting a little case of the nerves here in the 9th frame as that ball was left to target. And he gets the highly unusual 2 count off the left. That would have been a great Powerball shot. It is far harder on the parents than it is on the bowlers when you get to these late game situations. We've learned that many times over the years. Obviously a tough spare here. All right, so he's going to be open again. So struggling down the stretch here. He's open in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, and still is right in this game.
Zach.
Well, like we talked about before, Sophie had a heartbreaker at Big Rock back in May. She'd like to erase that memory. She has the ball in her court here in the 9th and 10th frames. Spare working. Increase that lead to theoretically 38 based on the results of this shot. Oh yeah, big shot for Diaz there. Clutch 9th frame for Sophie. It's all theoretical, of course, but if she goes spare strike in the 10th, she'd finish out for 165. That would force, I think, a double out of Zach. Let's see what Sophie gets first. Brooklyn. Oh man, what a fortunate Brooklyn strike there for Sophie. That ball was way left to target, just touches a piece of that headpin and gets an incredibly lucky Brooklyn strike there, but she'll take it. Like we talked, sometimes it's a game of breaks, and she's had some bad breaks against her, and that was a terrific break in the 10th frame there. High count should wrap it up for her. Sophie led every round of this tournament except game 1. All right. Misses it right for 6 there. 171 if she spares it. Zach could theoretically strike out for 137 plus pins to tie. So, we're not quite done yet. An absolute Mount Everest of a task here for Zach.
Zach. Here's the deal. You want me to tell you what you need to do? So you know where you're at on the scoreboard?
Sophie does cover up to spare. That puts her at 171.
You need 3 strikes.
Zach needs all 3 strikes here in the 10th frame. That is a tall task for anybody, let alone a 12-year-old guy. But he's shown moxie all day long. If by some odd chance he happens to get this place will go nuts and will initiate a 2-frame roll-off. Anything else, I'll tell him right now not to hang his head. So he's performed outstanding all day long. These are not easy tournaments. Come in at worst second in your first one. It's pretty darn good. Has to have them all, guys. No, not going to get there.
No. All right.
That's all right.
All right, Zach. Great job. Very proud of you.
These are long days as well. They bowl 5 games of qualifying, 3 in the semi. This is his 3rd in the finals, so it's only game number 11 for him. But you know what? As tired as they are, if we told them they could bowl 20 more, I think they'd immediately go out there on the lanes and start bowling them.
They whine about it, but do it.
Do I have to? Now it's do I have to stop? Get the spare anyway. No, not to be on the spare. But a fine performance for Zach. And Sophie Diaz is a 4-time JBT champion. So we're right back with handicap, with scratch division title match action in just a minute.
Come on.